Hi, welcome back to Rohrich Knose podcast, helping you become a better and more informed you. So today we're going to talk about all things skin. How to get that glowing skin, that smooth skin, especially we're hearing so much about it, from Korea, about the Korean skincare. So we have a world expert, Dr. Natasha Cook from Australia, who's going to talk to us about the real science of what it takes to have smooth skin that's safe and long-lasting. So, Natasha, welcome. How are you today? And look at her.
I am. Oh, thank you, Dr. Rod, for such a beautiful introduction. I'm very chuffed that you've invited me to be on your incredible podcast. I'm so excited to help share all this lovely knowledge and learning I've spent the last 20-something plus years, if I dare admit how long, in the industry. But I think I've sustained glorious skin through the process.
Yeah.
So I'd love to share all of my tips and tricks. And also I formulate skincare. I've done that, since 2004, before the Instagram crazy phase, when things had to be based on facts and proof and but real science. So hopefully we can myth bust a few things today.
Okay, so let's break it down. Let's take a deep dive into what does it take to get smooth skin that's sustainable? The real truth behind alpha and beta hydroxy acids and really all of the things that are essential to do daily and not make it so complicated.
100%, because simplicity is genius and your skin is no exception. So the fundamental principles of daily skincare routine should be the way we cleanse should be gentle, no stripping, less foaming, definitely no scrubbing. So this scrubbing, apricot scrubs, etc., way of exfoliating skin is totally out, right? Definitely a balm. What we know, those beads and particles don't actually exfoliate into the follicle, and they actually are like sandpaper that are denuding or destroying aspects of your external layer of your skin, known as your epidermal barrier function.
Right.
A high-functioning barrier is imperative to healthy, glowing, radiant skin. And in fact, if we over-damage this barrier with these kind of physical type scrubs, we actually can give ourselves a plethora of skin diseases. Acne, congestion, rosacea, sensitivity, even inflammation that can lead to pigmentation and aging. So that's where our little friends of these ingredients known as AHAs, alpha hydroxy acids, and BHAs, beta hydroxy acids, are our friends and are fabulous ways to gently reprogram and naturally increase cell turnover, because our cells get lazy as we get older. They cluster. They go from making new ones every 30 days to every 60 after the age of like your mid-20s. So these ingredients are super important to reboot the metabolism, increase cell turnover to that of your 25-year-old self, and create smooth, radiant, exfoliating skin. And a little tip about history, right? Because a lot of the answers are all in history. Right. Cleopatra was a smart lady, renowned for her beautiful skin and beauty. She would have sour milk baths because guess what the active ingredient in sour milk bath was? Lactic acid, one of my favorite AHAs that not only is gentle for sensitive skin, not only exfoliates and leaves your skin beautiful, soft, smooth and radiant, but also is a moisture binder at the same time. So AHAs and BHAs are an essential in a daily routine.
Right, so it helps the skin biome, right? It really helps it nourish.
Yes, well, healthy barrier basically will give you a good gut biome. We don't have to hyper-focus on all the little bugs and what's going on there. If your barrier is healthy, your skin is smooth, it's not irritant, and it's well hydrated, it's telling you it's in balance. So yes, it will help the skin biome, and it will help basically stimulate collagen and hyaluronic acid in your skin. Long-term, reproducible, robust scientific studies have proven that with biopsies. So short-term, immediate glow, long-term, plumper, thicker dermis.
So what's
not
next?
to love about that?
So what's next? So what else do you use daily? So you use the alpha hydroxys. What else do you compound with?
So I tend to say use those in the morning.
The morning?
And then you get your glow up. Then you want to seal the deal with moisturizer every day. So gently cleansing, AHAs and BHAs for your glow up, followed through with the moisturizer. Nothing substitutes more than to hydrate from the outside. Drinking tons of water will not moisturize your skin. I like a moisturizer, one that you're going to wear that integrates, not too greasy, but great ingredients like niacinamide. As you know, B3, niacinamide is my MVP of life. There is nothing that superstar ingredient cannot do when it comes to dealing with your skin and every single problem I see in my dermatology clinic. It's one of the few ingredients where more is of this ingredient is more and gives more to your skin, from rebooting the mitochondria, protecting your DNA. It's stable, it absorbs, it's a small molecule, it goes in, it's easy to formulate, it's compatible with every single other active ingredient, it helps acne, it reduces inflammation, it helps rosacea, it stops pigment spreading, and it reboots the skin immunity and has a role in preventing the development of skin cancer. So what is not to love about B3? So a moisturizer that infuses B3 on top of your AHAs and BHAs, followed by your last step, if you choose to use makeup, is finally last, your daily SPF.
Right.
Biggest mistake you can do is not wearing your SPF every day. Your collagen will not thank you for it.
That's great. Well, that's great. That sounds very, very programmatic and simple to do, and something you could.
Absolutely.
It looks fantastic to do. And then at night, what do you do? What do you do at night?
Well, it's really, I believe in cleansing twice a day, because I think you need to remove the dirt and the debris, because we do know environmental pollution, smog, particulate matter, and gas matter is actually equally as damaging to your skin as UV, but it just does it more slowly. It activates the same damaging pathways in the skin as UV exposure, and so does heat. So cleansing in the evening, removing the byproducts of the day and the environment, followed by, now I recommend things like repairing and antioxidant, anti-inflammatory ingredients, vitamin C,
right,
reapplying vitamin B3. Then I tell my patients to moisturize again. And often overnight, we like to use a moisturizer that's got a lot more reparative substances and more enriching emollients to give that extra moisture boot when we're resting and repairing in our sleep. And then I recommend a prescriptive vitamin A, which is part of the retinoid family, not retinol, retinal. I'm not saying they're bad, but, Dr. Rob, we've got the benefit that we've got degrees and we can write prescriptions, and we can go for the jugular to give the best format of the active ingredient, which is retinoic acid, that binds intrinsically to the special receptors in the DNA, incredibly well mapped out and studied to know that it's going to get in and give our patient's skin the best results. Now, the trick to it is topical prescription vitamin A or any vitamin A is better over moisturizer. Do you want to know why?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why, even if you don't want to know.
No.
I'm going to tell you why, because, I get excited about this stuff. It is lipophilic, which means it likes oils. So if we pre-hydrate with a really nice moisturizer, the lipophilic oil-based vitamin A is going to go in better into the and get into the dermis and help repair and stimulate all that beautiful collagen production, and also upregulate the production of beautiful fresh skin cells. So, and the second thing about vitamin A, don't overuse it. People go, oh my God, I'm sensitive.
Right.
I get retinoid dermatitis. It's actually a sign it's working, probably working too much. So just cut it back. So here's my rule. We did the 2-finger rule with SPF. It's a pea size on the finger. It's after the moisturizer. It's dab, dab, dab approach all over. Massage in, and 3 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And
awesome.
Pathway to glorious, healthy, ageless skin.
Great advice. So, Natasha, tell us, the 3 take-home points that we talked about, some amazing stuff. The take-home points for the viewers.
Don't have a cleanse.
So that they can just easily do it and start like tomorrow. So it's
okay.
So it's the cleansing morning.
Yes, don't over cleanse. My go-to is because people are taught that you strip your skin and you're going to fix your acne. It does the opposite.
Yep, don't do that.
And that whole antithesis of way back 60s, 70s, 80s, we've moved away from that. Your barrier is your friend. It needs to be healthy. Right. Moisture in the skin makes healthy skin. Right. Moisturize equals high functioning, dry equals dysfunction. Okay, so don't remove all the good stuff out. Choose a cleanser that's gentle, that's soft and hydrating, but doesn't overstrip. If you're feeling tight, like you have to then thirst quench with moisturizer after you cleanse, it's the wrong cleanser. Right. So don't overstrip, do it gently. Morning and night. Okay. Morning to awaken the skin, prep for actives. At night to take out the dirt, debris, and pollution that you've accumulated during the day. Second step, in the AM, go for a little serum that's got your AHAs and BHAs. Both are beneficial. They work on multiple pathways. Combined together, 1 + 1 = 5. Synergistic, more powerful. That will help increase the cell turnover, microscopically remove any dead skin cells, and increase the glow up on your skin. as well as helping prevent pigmentation, congestion, all those kind of things that people complain of, and having exceptional radiant, poreless skin. Thirdly, seal the deal with your moisturizer, one that goes in that you love wearing. And if you can, look for fabulous actives that are going to give you more biological benefit, like B3. And then finally, don't forget your SPF. It definitely is your BFF. I'm a fan of mineral over chemical for lots of reasons.
Great.
And look for SPF 30 and above. And then put your makeup on if you choose to wear makeup. And if you've got great skin, quite frankly, you might not choose to wear any makeup at all, which is certainly the way I like to play. In the evenings, we hit repeat. Cleanse, take off the debris. I believe in serum again, and I like to go for your reparative, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory ingredients, vitamin C, B3, vitamin E. Seal the deal with your moisturizer, maybe a more enriching, reparative one for nighttime. And then if you choose to use a vitamin A, put on after moisturizer because it helps absorb. Do it only 3 nights a week. And if you've got access to a doctor, get a prescriptive version, tretinoin, because that's in the right molecular format that's going to give you the best results. Not to say that OTC or over-the-counter retinols and retinals are bad, but if you're super serious to get the best skin of your life, the prescription version is the way to go. 3 nights a week to minimize any problems with irritation. And after you moisturizer, to make sure it gets right into that dermis to stimulate and prevent collagen loss and stimulate fresh collagen production.
That's amazing. It's great. I mean, you're protecting the skin biome, and it's really a great barrier. Don't violate it. Don't scrub it off. Nurture and let it grow. I mean, phenomenal advice from an amazing dermatologist in Down Under.
I do practice what I preach, and I think I'm doing okay for this age and stage.
Your skin looks amazing. So give us your thoughts, give us your comments on these incredibly great advice on skincare, simplifying it to get smooth, glowing skin lifelong. Don't forget vitamin A. Okay, so until next time, stay safe, wear sunscreen, and give us your thoughts and comments, and thank you for subscribing to Rohrich Knows Best. Thank you again, Natasha. It was amazing conversation, great information for our viewers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yep.